Woj.
Get with
W-O-J, Woj, ESPN.
Dude, reading your Woj voice.
Okay, I will do
Look
that.
how excited he gets.
Okay. There's a follow-up, too, apparently. Kendra, Golden State's Draymond Green on an indefinite suspension with the league since December 13th. I'm hearing is expected to return to the facility in the coming days to start ramping up. Now to presume that he'll play again. That's what sources are telling ESPN, Kendra. Greeny, I have a file. Greeny, Golden State's Draymond Green. Where's the new one? Okay. Kendra, I'm hearing Draymond Green, he's going to miss his 11th game tonight. Conversations are still ongoing about whether and when he's going to return from the suspension, according to my sources. And, Kendra, his return is getting closer, though. Well, sounds like somebody.
Yeah, I'll give you a 3.
I got to do it off the top of my head. I can't be reading it.
Yeah, reading it. That's hard.
So,
but man,
5 minutes ago it sounded more imminent.
Are you meaning to say Malika?
Kendra, Malika?
Oh, boy.
What's the difference? And I don't mean it that way. I mean, it could be Kendra. She writes. It could be Malika. She's on TV.
Just checking.
Usually it's Greeny. Hey, Greeny.
Who I love, by the way. I like Mike.
I think I don't know the difference.
Draymond Greeny.
Do you think that I don't know that Malika Andrews is does the TV and Kendra, her sister, covers the Warriors?
I was just checking.
Come on, man. Take that to
you nailed the Pro Bowl.
Take that to another.
Yeah, wow.
Take that to another host.
Hey.
Get out of here. Oh, Draymond Green's back.
No, jinx it. Not yet.
Oh, I would jinx it if I could.
I think it's less than 5 games now. 5 more Warrior games without Day.
I'll bet you on that.
No, I got one bad bet with the Warriors in that road. That it bothered. And
I'll bet you it still will be 5 or more games for Draymond.
Then that would be 15, right? We'd be tonight 11, 16.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you by the end of the show.
No, won't be there.
I'm gonna crunch some numbers.
See, Woj's second tweet.
Somebody
like he has not agreed to come. Like he's not coming back to the facility yet. Those talks are ongoing.
Because Kerr gave us the real update, saying we needed some time.
Let's go to Austin in San Jose.
Our guy.
What's up, Austin? How you doing,
Happy New Year, man.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Great conversation. Guru, let me come to your rescue here and back Steiny down a little bit. I don't. First of all, if I can, Steiny, there's no negativity here. It's really not much of a story. I mean, the guy's under contract. He works for the Warriors. He should be practicing. He should be in the facility. He should be preparing to play. Can he make the Warriors better? Absolutely. They're a sub-500 team now. So I don't know what all this negativity that Steiny keeps alluding to that he's going to bring to the team. They're not winning right now. So if you're telling me that bringing Dre into the facility and bringing him back on the court is going to hurt them, I don't get the logic in that. So I need to hear more about the issue. And
Austin, can we assume that Draymond Green in the last year and a half has helped the Warriors?
Draymond isn't the only guy responsible for winning games for the Warriors. When did Draymond become the only guy? I mean, you seem to want to assign Draymond all the blame.
No.
Not give him any credit when something good happens.
No, what I'm saying, Austin, is every single problem from last year has lingered into this year, and it's been exaggerated, or it's even more so with Draymond Green. Like Draymond Green punched a teammate last year, and it went a long way towards sabotaging the Warriors season. That's what the coach said. We came on this year. They're 32 games in. He hasn't played half the games because he's indefinite league suspension. It's like, I don't think I'm being negative, and I certainly don't think I'm alone saying, I'm not excited for him to come back. Why?
Well, there's other issues on the team beyond Draymond. And by the way, Coach Kerr is the coach. He owns responsibility for getting the team going in the right direction. So why are we not going after Kerr more? Draymond is not the coach of the team. So let's go where we should go.
Do you think
with these criticisms? That's all I got.
Austin, this is a 500 team that Kerr's coaching. I think I don't think it's a 20-12 team.
I say this, and I'm on record in video. I almost had a heart attack talking about the rotations. So, Austin, I'll stand up and take accountability for that. I have questioned, like a lot of people do on X or Twitter. I love Coach Kerr, but I could say, you know what, Steiny, I don't think he's had his best year just in regard to the rotations.
Nobody on the team's having a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Steph's not having a good year. Kuminga's not having a good year. Clay's not having a good year. Draymond doesn't play. Wiggins is not having a good year. Looney's taking a step back. Pajemski's been a nice little surprise, and I'm forgetting somebody. I can't.
Well, but Steiny,
TJD.
TJD.
He's been.
But Kuminga's had, like,
He's been.
If I told you don't look at any numbers, just the eye test,
yeah.
I think Jonathan Kuminga has more promise now of people being like, maybe he will pan out to be what I don't know than he ever has.
That's fine.
No doubt. He's taking
Tyler,
advantage.
what did I watch again? Tyler Hero? My guy Tyler Hero, he beat somebody last night again.
The Lakers.
Yeah, that's what our 23-year-old does in Miami.
Yeah.
Role-playing 23-year-olds.
Halliburton had 100 assists. 11.
I think more people are with me than Austin. And that is...
Well, Austin was saying just spread it around like a good piece of bread, and you got some butter or peanut butter or I don't like mayonnaise.
That's fine.
But you know what I'm like?
Of all the problems they've had in the last 2 years, clearly Draymond's the biggest.
I can't argue that at all.
Well,
I won't.
So, like, what are we talking about? And you're damn right. I'm going to push back on anybody that says, well, once Draymond comes back, they can be better. Well, they can be better.
That's the hope.
They can be worse.
Yeah.
He hasn't made them better consistently in a while.
Right. But he possesses something during this run.
Does he?
That equates to winning.
Wiggins possessed something 2 years ago. It doesn't equate anymore. Just doesn't. He's not a champion.
Well, we're going to find out because I don't think
we found what are we finding out?
That he's better. Draymond.
Wiggins or Draymond?
Draymond.
Okay.
That mentally he's in a better place coming back. Like he must know. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, hey, Dre, read the room. But this is why I appreciate people like Austin and Steiny. It's what I'm doing. Do I think Draymond Green has gotten over with this suspension and yada, yada, yada? Yes. But at the end of the day, I'm a Warrior fan. So I can look at you and say, even though I don't agree with everything Draymond Green has done, the Warriors need his services. They are light in the tail. He will put somebody on their ass coming to the paint. Not every time, but they need him.
Well,
that's all.
Right, I'm pushing back on you because I think more people right now are going to say we don't need him. When you say we need him, You're capitulating to all this crap.
Well, when you're 16 and 17 and your season's in the balance and you're the 11th seed.
So you'll give up your integrity for a few wins.
I love you for that, but I'm going to tell you, what if I think they've already done that?
Okay.
When you didn't suspend them for hitting Jordan Poole.
Okay. Well, then
what if I said that was great? We're way past that.
Okay, well then.
So why turn around now?
Okay, so can't let him get away with more. At some point, enough is enough, and that's where I'm at.
But I think we're past that, Steiny. They have blown past that.
So they'd bring him back even if they thought he was a detriment. No,
I don't think they think he's a detriment. That's what I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something. I think a lot more fans are like me in terms of
tired of it.
Yes,
but he's still got it.
Still got to what? But I'm not only tired of it.
He's got a jersey.
That's great. But I'm not only tired of it. I no longer subscribe to we can't win a championship with him or without him. You ain't winning a championship with or without him. Yeah. And B, this assumption that, well, Draymond makes us better. He can, but just like other players, he can make you worse. And he hasn't made you better consistently for the last 2 years. And you know what? I actually am going to surprise. To me, when he did the Nurkic, believe it or not, I thought it was an accident. I thought it was a complete and utter accident. But you know what? They got him for 12 games. So I'll tell you what else. I think he's going to have another accident. I really do. And that's the other problem with this. Whether there is another incident and whether it's within his control, a bad break, he lost it it's over again.
Yeah. Somebody just wrote
Post Malone.
Yeah, enough is enough. But I'll tell you what, does his return mean I'm going to see more of Jackson Davis?
Yes.
Then I'm out.
Oh, now you're out.
Yeah, but I'm not out because I'm in. But I'm in because, Steiny, this dude means something to this front. We're not just talking about some scrub. Right? What's the whole thing?
Right, but
marriage vows.
We're
for
not
better
talking,
or worse.
Right, but we're not talking about a star either. We ain't talking about a star. Not anymore.
Can he make the game easier for Steph Curry? Which
He can,
he does.
and he can make the team worse because he's also a disruptive force.
But haven't we seen so much of that to where he has sense enough now to know he's got to be a good soldier?
I don't know. You're going to bank on that?
No,
I'm
not.
That to the
I'm
bank?
hoping, man.
Well, I'm hoping too. But I also know that even if he comes back and he's okay, he's still old. He still can't play consistently. This is unreal. I mean, it's not unreal. I mean, to me, it's just unreal that, like...
I love the integrity part.
I just wouldn't... I'm not saying... If I'm a Warrior fan, I'm not sitting here saying, I don't want Draymond back under any circumstances. But I'm also saying, don't ask me to get excited about this guy coming back.
And Austin was
especially when other guys are going to get less time.
Steiny, real quick before you grab the calls.
What?
Austin was saying, which was true, he ain't your only problem. Draymond.
No, but did you solve? Maybe your problem got solved in the last 2 weeks, and maybe it's coming back. Suzette in Oakland.
Hey.
What's up, Suzette?
You too. Missed you guys. So anyway, I'm going to do a goo here. Okay. All right. So the team was doing a Terry McMillan. They were waiting to exhale.
My heart just quivered. Good job.
Okay, because you know what? I think everybody took a deep breath, and it's like their shoulders they untightened. You know, their mind just kind of like just chilling, and everybody's just trying to get some kind of chemistry. Because I'm sorry, Draymond, you know, he's held this team mentally hostage for so long that it's just draining. And everybody's saying it's draining. And I'm sorry, he just wore out his welcome. Everything he says, you know, you can't take it at face value. Put your money where your mouth is. And as my mama said, you know, actions speak louder than words. And that's all I have to say.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suzette. And I think I would agree with Suzette. And I wonder. I think a lot of Warrior fans are. First of all, more and more evidence is coming in that you don't need him.
And that's why I said 80%, Matt. But you keep and this is what we do. We interact with the fans. But I think you need to differentiate the organization. And that's where they're going to bring him back, I believe. The fans wouldn't.
Okay.
They're like you. And I'm like you, but I'm a realist to know Draymond can bring more good than not having him. That's just what I've seen. I've seen Steph work hard as hell here recently, and I think there's a connection.
Let me ask you this. Let's say there's 15 players in that locker room, and they just saw Adrian Wojnarowski.
Yeah.
Hey, looks like he's on his way to coming back. You think 15 guys are like, yeah, exactly.
No, not at
all.
all.
When he comes back, there's a dynamic that begins to take effect. And the idea that, it's just going to be good, I don't get it. I've never...
What about Kerr? What about when the post-game presser where he mentioned guys got to, without Draymond, they got to play for each other. Like that, you can't blame that on Draymond.
No, that's why this team's not
gone.
This team has so many problems. Draymond coming back may add to it. It may not add to it, but it's not going to change the overall direction of this team, which is you're a 500 team right now. Until I see evidence that you're not, but that evidence is going to have to take place over 8, 10 game, 12 game stretch. So, yeah, you know what? We do have a problem with Wiggins, and we got a problem with Clay and his contract. What's the number one priority? Let me ask you this. If Joe Lacob called, you were Mike Dunleavy. Let's just say it all blew up right now. And I'm just talking about, Lacob woke up. He just woke up and is fuming.
Yeah.
And he goes to Mike Dunleavy and he goes, do something. Just do something. And he walks out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Mike Dunleavy. You got to make a list of priorities of stuff to do something about. Who's one?
Draymond Green.
Okay. So now.
That's a great scenario, but Steiny, I don't think it's realistic. I don't think they're doing that. Like, that's not how it's going.
I do. Because I saw Mike Dunleavy as a player. And I think what's in Mike Dunleavy's heart of hearts would be to do nothing, would be to let it play out. And when I mean play out, I mean, hey, if Draymond comes back in 3 weeks, come back in 3 weeks, put him into Steve, use him, trade deadline, we'll assess. Like Mike Dunleavy, if they win 39-43, I think you'd be like, well, at least I know where we're at now.
I heard Bonte he told the fans, and it kind of hit me, him and Shasky, we don't hate any of these players. We don't. No way. We talk about the news at hand. And unfortunately, Draymond Green is putting himself forefront to where we keep going down this hole. But Steiny, if I were to ask you, and I'm saying this, and I'm not being disrespectful, if you thought Draymond Green was toxic,
yes,
how would you answer?
Yes. Like the fact that why do we ask this stuff? How about this? Is Draymond Green a great teammate?
I would say no. But I think Steph, Clay, and others would say not all of them.
Well, if you're a bad teammate, you're toxic.
Well, if he was toxic, why did he get a new? Yeah, no doubt. Why did he get a new 4,400?
Ask Mike Dunleavy that. 888-956. Let's go to Nate in San Francisco. What's up, Nate? How you doing, man?
Hey guys.
Hey.
I've been listening since the BS and G.
Oh man, Vegas.
This show.
There you go.
You got the real ones, for real.
Thank you, man.
Steiny, you're on point pretty much all the time with your knowledge of the game, but I gotta push back a little because I don't know if you guys saw Curry catch one in the jaw the other night.
I did.
Okay,
we did.
Yeah. Well, you saw what happened after, and my personal opinion is, Draymond's kind of like the armor for this team. You go to war 5-on-8 kind of every night. I know some of the fans out there can agree with me on that, but Draymond, he's a little bit of a padding, I think, sometimes. And when you're playing at a high level, I think some of that, kind of gets ignored because, you got a lot of highlight reel shots from Steph, but I think he wants those fouls. I think Draymond's there to stick up for him sometimes, and sometimes Draymond's there to absorb some of the fouls that the other kids aren't getting. Anyway, that was it.
Thanks, Nate.
Comments off the air.
Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're in hockey, they're called goons.
Yeah, that's good.
Just
good
a protector.
Yeah.
They usually have no skill.
But you can't be absent. You can't do things over and over to leave your guys hanging. Draymond.
Oh, but he's going to come.
I always thought there was a method to his madness.
Don't worry about it. You don't think it's happening again. Why?
Yeah.
Don't dwell on the past. Well, you think when he's coming back, he will be changed.
So do they.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the organization. It's they.
Okay.
That's all we got.
Well, we don't know that yet. We just know the league may lift the suspension. What if the Warriors say, go pound sand, we don't want you? I don't think they would.
Neither do I.
But I don't know why. I don't know why they feel like they're still beholden to this guy.
That's the $1 million question.
Let's go to John. John is in Dublin. What's up, John? How you doing, man?
Hey, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on Draymond. I mean, I feel like I'm excited for him to come back. I really am. And I'm definitely one of those guys that, was trying to defend him for as long as I could, and the last incident kind of boiled it over. But at the same time, I feel like at the end of the day, the possibility of him making the team better, it's there. It's possible. Is it going to happen? Is it likely to happen? I don't know. But the fact that it's a possibility, as a Warriors fan with a struggling team, I think that's a really exciting prospect. And I think that's all it is. So I'm looking forward to it.
I appreciate the call. That's all I can ask.
Yeah, it's just interesting when it'll happen. And what's funny is Evan broke that news from Woj right after we did the calendar game.
And then Woj backed off.
Yeah, he did. I'll take that. Yeah, little Deion Sanders backpedal. But still, it's going to happen at some juncture, Steiny.
We'll see. I do not necessarily think, I would not take off the table he's played his last game with the Warriors.
No.
Again, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying I would bet on him never playing again, but I still don't think it's a lock. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
It's not uncommon for Woj to clarify a tweet, and if I'm taking this too far, let me know. But do you think that news was news to the Warriors? Because it's a league suspension.
That's great.
So, and Woj works with the league. Do you think that the Warriors knew that, they ran it by them before he put that out?
I think I think it's probably through Clutch, I would think. And Rich Paul probably told Woj, he's gonna start working out at the facility. Like, that's probably all it was. And then Woj said he's going to go start working out at the facility, and then maybe the Warriors are like, well, we don't know that yet. Although the Warriors could also say we don't care because we told him already he can come work out at the facility, just not when we're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, McCurr said 2 days ago that there's been no contact in Warrior. He hasn't been in the facility, and now all of a sudden he's coming back to the facility.
Right.
So Woj probably, somebody got to Woj. Email, text, like, hey, what's going on here? And he had to, what do they call that when you revise or addendum?
Well, I think he just basically went from, it looks like Draymond Green's going back to the facility to they're still talking about when that's
because Coach Kerr, like Evan just said, his words didn't paint that picture. How about give me that?
Well, but
Coach Kerr's words painted distance.
Right, but if the league woke up today and, Kerr's not necessarily a liar if the league says we're lifting the suspension in a week. Maybe they didn't know.
What chance you give them tonight against Denver?
None. Very little.
I told you why I don't like it is because of what happened after Christmas when Kerr went to the refs post-game and said about Jokic and the free throw calling, and it's gross. And I just think Jokic and the Nuggets, and the Warriors may beat them, but they're going to have they're going to be on their A game tonight. And I know there's no, what's our guy? He got bit by the dog.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
707 from the Comcast Business text line. Wasn't Draymond supposed to be practicing with the team during the suspension? Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And I didn't like
when
it when
you're
I heard
suspended, you can practice with your team. And that's why, obviously, the Warriors said, we don't want you to practice with the team. We want you to get away from the team. Yeah. And so they told Draymond, if you want to work out while you're suspended, which you can, because it's a league rule, you can. Just do it when we're not here.